Hey guys, first regardsman here, and so I'll be talking about a power sword support build for the Bulwark class in patch 11.0 Space Marine 2. Now the main way we're building this time is using things like Glory Shield for a 20% damage reduction for our entire team and a 20% longer lasting banner, on top of the perk here, Inspiration, for a 20% damage buff for our entire team on top of that. Now, Invigorating Icon is obviously a more powerful perk than any other option in this column because this perk just prints HP for your entire team, but personally, I find building around our banner here is just more entertaining because getting more banners out just fits the playstyle of Bulwark more, and I just like this one for that reason. Now, the perk here, Purity of Purpose, will also give us additional damage over time on our banner placement on top of all of these, so really good synergy here. This is one of my favorite builds in patch 10.0. It's also my favorites in patch 11. Now, the melee weapon I've chosen here is the Power Sword on the block variant. This weapon hits like an absolute truck on the Power Rake. We do pretty much set it up the same way as usual, going here into Armored Strength first for a 10% damage buff while we have armor remaining, moving here into the perk Master of Offense. After switching your sword combat style, you deal 20% more melee damage for 5 seconds. Cooldown is 10 seconds. Now, you can actually get a power rake immediately after switching your sword combat style here. Usually the way you switch a combat style in Space Marine 2 is that you immediately go into a lunge attack and then a heavy attack, so this 5-second uptime is actually enough for you to pull off that heavy attack and get that bonus damage from your things like Cutting Edge for a 50% power rake damage bonus, on top of things like Overcharge for a 20% charge attack damage bonus that is multiplicative on held attacks. So really good for us here. Then we move past this perk here into Perpetual Strength and Perpetual Strength. Then I pick up the perk Tranquility, which really doesn't do anything for us, to move into the perk Melee Onslaught for a 10% melee damage buff. Then I pick up the perk Hard Target, moving into the most important perk Cutting Edge. Power Rake deals 50% more melee damage. Pretty much always take this perk. The perk up here, Ruling Blow, sucks ass. This one is just way better. 50% bonus damage on your Power Rake does way more for you than like getting reduced damage from enemies with a cooldown. This one is up all the time. It's kind of a no-brainer. Just grab this. That's the main point. Just grab this perk. Next perk here is Extremis Slayer, moving up here into Majora Slayer and Terminus Slayer for a buff on all of these enemy types. And you can finish off with the perk here, Power Restoration. Power style attacks restore 100% more contested health. Or the perk up here, Speed Restoration. Speed style attacks restore 100% more contested health. That is up to you. They are better for different reasons because occasionally you will Power Rake in one of these stances, but you know, whichever one you want, you can definitely do that. Now, for the secondary here, I did once again take the brand new Heroic Heavy Bolt Pistol. This thing is way better than people think it is now. It has the highest gun strike damage in the entire game of any Heavy Bolt Pistol option, and the perk tree effect here, No Help is Coming, did get buffed. Shooting an enemy with the Elite Scream status effect stops it from calling for reinforcements, and headshots will kill in one shot. Now, the biggest problem people have with this weapon is that the magazine capacity and ammo reserves are low, but to be honest, this does not matter as much as you might think it would because you will be one-shotting a lot of the reinforcement calling guys, and usually when a guy calls reinforcements on absolute difficulty and you interrupt them, they will immediately go enraged, which means you're actually wasting even more ammo on them. So the amount of ammo you're actually saving with this perk is way more than you actually expect, which does help the overall ammo economy of this thing, on top of the fact that its per shot damage is higher than the other options. So it's actually pretty good overall. I prefer this one quite a bit at the moment. It might be not even second favorite, my favorite secondary in the entire game currently, to be honest. I know, kind of crazy take, but either way, the way I set it up on the actual perk trees, Divine Might, moving here to the perk Perpetual Penetration, then I pick up Increased Capacity, pick up the Extended Magazine, and then we finish off here with Death Strike. After killing a Majora level or higher enemy in melee combat, you deal 25% more damage for 10 seconds. This will also trigger off an Execute, so keep that in mind. And then the final perks I grab are Great Might, Discipline here for 25% more damage on low ammo. Then we move down here into the perk Tactical Precision for more headshot damage. That's pretty much all there is on this build. Now for the perk tree, I do take Intimidating Aura first. A Perfect Time Parry deals area effect damage in a 5-meter radius. Cooldown is 5 seconds. Now, ever since patch 8.0, this perk does also trigger off of a perfect block, not just a perfect parry, so better than you might think. And honestly, on a block weapon, this one just helps you out so much with things like Lictors, Raveners, and stuff like that are really obnoxious and just like flip around you and jump and slap you in the face. So having this extra damage can really help you pick up those executes. Next perk here is Scramble Targeting, moving here into the perk Steel Within. When your health is less than 50%, you take 30% less health damage. Having at least one of these perks really does help your Bulwark HP a lot. You have a 30% starting HP, but having a damage reduction perk on top of that helps your survivability a ton, so I would really pick up either Steel Within or Conviction. Next perk here is Focus Restoration. Every 30 seconds, all of your squad members automatically restore 1 armor segment. Free armor restore is nice for your entire team. This is like the main way we get armor back on this build as far as our perks are concerned, and that also helps trigger our perk here, Armor Advance, to give us no knockback. The final perks here in the gear tree are the ones I previously mentioned with Purity of Purpose, Glory Shield, and of course Inspiration. And the final perk is Armor Advance, which is no knockback while we have armor remaining. That's pretty much all there is for the perk tree here. Now, on the prestige perks, we take Resilience first. Medicaid stims restore 40% more HP. This just makes the stim economy a little bit better for you in this game. You know, we aren't taking Invigorating Icon on this version of the build, so having better stims does help quite a bit. Next perk here is Overcharge. Held in charge attack damage increased by 20%. This will affect your power rake attack, so really good on this build for obvious reasons. And the final perks are Powerful Shot for 20% bonus range damage on top of our super powerful hitting Heroic Heavy Bolt Pistol here. And the final perk I grab is Masterful Defense, because CDR reduction of blocked range attacks is fucking insane in this game, so definitely pick this one up. That's pretty much all there is for this build, guys. This one is honestly one of my favorites. The Power Sword is probably the coolest weapon in the entire game besides the Power Axe currently, and having a Black Templar skin on top of this is pretty nice. Hopefully this build guide helped, and if you like content like this, subscribe for more, and as always, take it easy. Thanks for watching. Bye.
We crush the ravenous brood.
More charges are required to create a successfully destructive blast.
You failed at ultimate. We require multiple detonations for our demolition. Give us the ring.
More charges are required to create a successfully destructive blast.
We crush the ravenous brood.
More charges are required to create a successfully destructive blast.
Gunner, ready to deploy. We require multiple detonations for our demolition.
I just want to power roll him. That's what I want. Alright, it's cheap. There we go. I'm just chilling that with the Glory Shield. These kind of Lamenters, man, it sucks to be these guys. Oh, it sure does suck to be a Lamenter.
We require multiple detonations for our demolition. That silence intimidates the fire.
all, guys. This is maximum banner value time. I care more about single player progression and campaign. That's what you recommend. Well, Vermintide is like no single player. They're both co-op games primarily, I would say. Also, I'd say the campaign in Space Marine 2 is quite outdated, unfortunately. The boss is such a joke. Well, that's the Power of Inspiration banner. Pretty fun. Man, the Black Templar drip goes hard. The Black Templar sniper is a little goofy on the Steam comp.